Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Teasing the NFL, your destination for NFL teaser bets. I'm Daniel Saludo, along with Andrew Chang here. We're taking you through the late afternoon games for Week 17 of the 2020 NFL season. Next game on the board is in the AFC West. We are going to the Las Vegas Raiders. It is the Las Vegas Raiders going to the Denver Broncos.
About to say.
Yeah, they're not going to Vegas, although Vegas is nice. Would be nice to go to.
Yeah, they're still going because they're not.
They're not. Yeah.
Oh God.
They got eliminated. So Vegas is the slight favorite here at -2.5, and your total is 50.5. So the Raiders get teased across the 0 to +3.5. Denver gets teased up to +8.5. Your over gets teased down to 44.5, and your under gets teased up to 56.5. All right, so this is a game I want no part of personally, but I do have a nice lean in this. I just don't feel as comfortable betting it as some other games.
Huh, that's very weird.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see what this lean is.
It's a pretty standard lean for me.
I just are the Raiders still on that losing streak? They lost last week too, right?
Of course they did.
Oh gosh, I think this will be a much deserved win for the Raiders, but at the same time, it's the Broncos at home, and Drew Lock is looking, well, heads or tails Drew Lock. You don't know which Drew Lock you're going to get.
Yeah.
So I can't necessarily... Oh, boy. Yeah, I am kind of lost. I'm surprised that you actually have a lean in this one.
It's a pretty straightforward lean in this, and the reason why is because I don't feel like Vegas should be favored in this game. Yes, they've got the better record, but they haven't really proven that they are good enough to really be consistent favorites in this game. And it's Denver, you know, you're playing at Mile High, and Denver is not a bad team. At this point in the season, they're pretty close to each other. So this game should be closer to like 1 to 1.5, maybe pick them depending on how you would view it. But 2.5 is, and there are some books that have Vegas as a 3-point favorite. They do not warrant being a field goal favorite, especially away from home, especially against playing Denver, who's got a pretty good run defense. They should not be this much of a favorite. And I know it's only 2.5 points, but I would think this would be more pick 'em than 2.5, 3.
What game did we decide that also on? Was it the Chargers and somebody?
What are you talking about?
When we debate about the lineup, who should be the favorite?
Oh, we've done that a bunch of times. The Chargers were one of them when they played the Dolphins, I think. It should have been a pick 'em, but
Right.
Chargers were favored by like 3.
And then it actually, one of them flipped on game day. But yeah,
Chargers at Falcons. Chargers at Falcons.
Oh,
Falcons
yeah,
were
yeah.
Falcons were the favorite, and as the week grew, as the week went forward, the line got lower and lower, and then it flipped to the Chargers being favored to -1.5 come Sunday.
So thinking close game. If it's a close game.
If it's a close game, you already know where you're going. Especially on a 2.5.
Yeah, and then you know what? I'm going to have to agree with Danny, which is not so crazy, but you know, I always...
It makes sense, right?
It makes sense, right? Sometimes where it's just like, my sense, I kind of throw the textbook out the window and say, you know what, Danny, I don't care about what you had to say about my EV value. I don't care what you had to say about, well, it's nothing, you know, why would you do that? There's no value in that. So for this particular play, since I really don't know about the Raiders anymore, they have just... I mean, they're on a 4-game losing streak.
I mean, do you feel like the Raiders should be favorite in this game? Do you think it's a little more pick 'em, maybe?
I feel that, yeah, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller. I mean, I think Denver has looked very unimpressive as well.
That's because they don't have they lacking in some areas and quarterback play, so that's fair.
Okay, so the only thing that's really holding back the Raiders is their defense. Would you say that? Or,
yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I kind of see that it is warranted a little. It should be lower though. It should be like -0.5 or even a
1.
Pick.
It should be one to pick 'em.
Yeah. So, but 2.5. It's crazy how we're just arguing by a point, right? Like,
but
guys, it's a point. Who cares?
But points are don't think about it as a teaser spread. Think about it as just as a spread in general. And points mean a lot more when you're just betting a spread straight up.
Correct. So yeah, I think with this play, I will jump on Danny's boat and say, yes, give me Denver plus 8.5, even if they lose by a touchdown, which, let's be honest, that could happen.
They could.
But at Mile High, things
are different. Things are just a little different.
Things are a little weird at Mile High, and you can look at...
And Denver's been pretty good at home, so...
Oh, yeah, they defend their home turf very well. You're talking about, like, Drew Lock comeback against the Chargers. You're talking about, my God.
They held Derrick Henry in week 1 to, like, 60 yards.
Yeah, and that's a big feat. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and take Denver plus 8.5. Maybe come tomorrow, the line could be a little different in Denver's favor, I think.
I don't think it moves that much more. You may see a 2, possibly 1.5, but I mean, this line opened at 3, I think.
Ooh.
Denver was actually the favorite when the line like opened, but it's been kind of at 3 for a while, and I just started seeing 2.5s. So
I like how we're not doing like an injury report or anything. We're just like,
well, I mean, there's not really much in terms of the injury report because neither of these teams are playing for a playoff spot. There's no real huge injuries outside of possibly Josh Jacobs. But let me see. Yeah, there's not really a lot in terms of the big players. I mean, Shelby Harris has been placed on injured reserve, and that's for Denver. He's on their defensive line. And then it says Raiders are going to be out 2 offensive linemen, so that's going to hamper them as well. So it doesn't feel like, the Raiders should really be much in this game, especially with their last showing in the past 3-4 weeks. So
yeah, they're just on a very bad losing streak, and it was just, I was rooting for them to get into the playoffs, but it was just, I think it was that win after KC, they just really started tanking. Yeah, I just don't know what it was. And actually, yeah, and my boy Herbert had a hand in that. He dealt them a loss too. Oh, gosh. So, yes, I think it's safe to say Denver could cover this game. It'll be close, Danny and I feel. So, I think we're both going to take Denver plus 8.5 at home by Mile High.
Yep. Touching on the totals real quick, we have over 44.5, under 56.5. We all know I'm the under guy this week, so I'm going to I would prefer the under in this game because Denver's not a big point getter, so that's the only reason why. And their defense should be able to hold off the Vegas running game. So I would prefer the under if I had to take a total.
Right. How do you feel about this showing up on the cards for Sunday?
I don't know. I mean, I really like Seattle. I really like Tennessee. I even like Carolina more.
You're giving away my no sweat bets, Danny.
I can list every game. Calm down, man. Calm down. I'm gonna break that finger. You won't be slinging any drinks in that left hand.
Damn, dude. I work for an Asian person, so they'll make me do everything with my right.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's terrible.
It could show up in the card, but that's just better value elsewhere. I mean, it's not a bad value. It's just a little bit lower than some of the other games that I like. But I wouldn't be surprised, Don't feel like it's a bad idea to go with Denver. Go for it. It's a good value. It's a good choice, and we both agree with it.
Why not?
Yeah. So let us know in the comments how you think this game is going to go, which side you're picking or total you're picking in this. Let us know in the comments. We always like seeing it. But until next time, for Andrew Chang, I'm Daniel Saludo. If you like the content you got in this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, tick the notification bell, and select all. That way you stay up to date with all of our latest videos and previews for the rest of the season. Again, we'd like to thank you for joining us in this Week 17 preview breakdown. 2 more videos to go, and then the no sweat bet as well, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, make sure you get your bets in, and of course, don't forget to be a tease.